This run across Japan wasn't just about distance, as it was about testing the limits of what the mind and body can achieve. People ask me, why do you do this? For me, it's not about living life comfortable, it's about growth. Growth happens when you reach your breaking point, when your body is screaming you to stop and your mind has to go somewhere it's never been before. That's where real change is born. I break myself on purpose so I can rebuild into something stronger, smarter, and more resilient. So whatever life throws at me, I can tackle it. The limits we face are only the ceilings we put on ourselves. When you push past that ceiling and break through, you discover who you really are. I don't do this for anyone else. I do it for myself, for my family. I want my kids to see what's possible, to believe that anything can be achieved if you put your mind to it. I want to be able to sit back when I'm 80 years old and know I did everything to create a life worth living. I want my kids to look at their dad and know he didn't talk, he showed up. He showed them. He pushed to the edge, went past breaking point, rebuilt, and proved what life can be about. If my journey motivates one person to take control, to face something that scares them, then it's worth it. That's why I take on these challenges, to grow, to inspire, and to show the only limits we have are the ones placed on ourselves. I could have easily picked a task, a challenge that I could easily accomplish. But what's the fun in that? What am I going to get out of it? I'm looking for something more. I'm looking to continue to grow, continue to challenge myself to see what I'm made of. That's what life is about.
Japan is experiencing a record-breaking heat wave, which officials say contributed to the death of 65 people last week. More than 30,000 people were admitted to hospitals suffering from heat exhaustion.
For more than 2 weeks now, the sun has burned down on Japan from a cloudless sky with barely a waft of wind.
The land of the blistering sun. Sky-high temperatures are taking their toll on Japan. In some parts, thermostats reached as high as 41 degrees Celsius, shattering Japan's record.
How has the whole idea come about, I guess, with these runs? Every year we've come together, or I've thought of a run that's going to really challenge me outside of my comfort zone to a point where I'm not sure if I can complete it or not. And at the moment we're sort of 2-1 in regards to what we've been able to complete, and then what we look at in terms of, or what I look at now is in terms of what success means from a run like this and what can be taken from it, and what growth can come from even failing something like this. Misogi is a word that means one thing every year that defines my year, and I really want to look back on now, and that's become something in part of my life where I look back on every single year. I can go, this is what I did that year, all the way through until, until I can't do this anymore. I want to make my life purposeful. I want to set the example, or set the standard for my family, for others to follow who might be inspired. Not everyone's going to be inspired by what I do, but if I can get anyone to be motivated or inspired to challenge themselves, then it's been well worth it. Probably more so for my kids and my family, to show them that anything's possible. And I think that's already come about in terms of the mindset that my kids have got. And they're only, 1, 3 and 5, and a newborn about to be born in a couple of weeks. So it's about setting the standard for me and showing what can be achieved when you put your mind to it. Last year was LA to Vegas through the desert. Never been or never ran obviously that route before, and it was a massive success and huge growth from that, and memories that I'll last forever. And again, that's one of the purpose I guess one of the lessons I've learned is being able to cherish those moments and being able to look back on those moments with fondness. And again, this is what happened with the Japan run. So looked at the world map, never been to Japan before, always really wanted to go. And yeah, thought about where I could run to and from, and Hiroshima to Tokyo was what we got to. It was going to be obviously one of the hardest challenges I've ever done, because it was pretty much the Sydney to Melbourne run, which I failed in, and we got 809 days rather than 1,000 in 10. So it was always going to be a challenge, but one I was up for. Yeah, we got there a couple of days before. We're feeling sort of the climate and getting used to what Japan was, and we sort of had a bit of a look around and become tourists for a little bit. Again, it's hard because I'm mentally getting switched on, but also trying to relax as well at the same time. Had a bit of a shakeout run, which is really good with the group.
How good is this, Craigie? Yeah. Tour guide here, Jimbo. Assistant Kev. And Ben and I, Dale, just the scragglers. We're in the park here, we're going to go through the shrine.
And then everyone sort of started to realise without saying anything, geez, it's going to be hard. Like we went for, I don't know, it was a 10K shakeout run or whatever, and we just absolutely drenched. Had a bit of a look around, and it was really cool. And again, it's doing stuff that I can remember forever now. I mean, we're going for a run around Japan with people who I've gathered from around the gym, that love to do what I do, and it's to challenge themselves. And when you get a good group of people who come together for one cause, it always is going to be a great experience, and one that I'll always remember. So the group really mingled well, and we understood our roles, and we had Dale from Queensland, and everyone else was from around here. And it was just all about getting the preparation beforehand and getting us ready to hit the ground running day one.
More than our last one. Got this tiny as van, camper van. You got 6 large, very large humans. We're just stacking everything here now because they're taking the van all the way to Hiroshima. So we're not taking this on the train, so we're just putting it in here now. At least it's in here. There's stuff to take tomorrow, and we're also storing some stuff here for when we finish. So there's a bit of a puzzle going on to try and make sure we've got all our stuff and we can fit what we need in here for the run, but not any extra.
Alright, I'd like to get everyone together before we do these things, just to sort of, we've watched that video, which is, I think, was good timing that we got that done. But just, I guess, reflect on why you're all here, and I guess thanking from me, from the bottom of my heart, you guys coming on this journey with me. Coming and leaving family, missing kids' birthdays, coming from interstate, giving up annual leave, all this sort of stuff doesn't get lost on me. So I just wanted you to know how grateful I am. Craigie, obviously, always coming on these trips with me, but yeah, like to be able to do something like this, it takes a full team. And I know you guys are sacrificing a lot, even just today, like, hey, or even the whole trip really, how you guys are just pulling your weight the way you guys have been. It's just been unbelievable, and I really, really appreciate it. So I just sort of wrote some words. I don't really want to forget it. So just when you actually start to wiggle your toes and just look around a lot when you're running, and it's something I don't do normally when I run. Probably Kev's someone who does it well when he runs, but to be able to soak in actually where you are. And I think when I did that, and we said we we're going to do that at the start of Vegas, I really want that to be a priority when we do this run, is to just soak in every single time that you're out running, every single time you're in the van looking out, that you actually see where you are, because like, we'll never do this ever again. Never going to run Japan again. It's going to be full on, yeah, and then you're going to get to the end of the day and you're going to be fucking wrecked and you're going to go again. So, but just do it and just have the biggest smile, because it is honestly going to be the best time and it'll be so much fun. And again, I appreciate you guys coming along and doing what you're doing. I really, really appreciate it. Like, I need you guys to understand how much I appreciate what you guys are doing to make sure I can get to the end and be sinking a Corona with you guys on that crossing and just be like, oh, how cool was that? Yeah. And go through that.
closest to us, but to the right. The next box in there is going to be gels, and there's snakes in there, which is your 2 cardboard boxes to your right hand side if the door is on your left.
Alright, we're here for another epic journey. We are at the Hiroshima bomb site here, ground zero. It is 5 AM, we're kicking off, we're going to be running all the way to Tokyo. It's a beautiful morning, sorry. And we've got our crew here that have done an amazing job to get us ready, primed up. And I'm excited and I'm looking forward to get in the hurt locker with these boys. And the sun comes out and we can get a bit of a tan lines, hopefully not tan lines. And yeah, I'm really excited. Can't wait to show you on the journey of where we're going and how we're doing it with this amazing crew.
We're on.
Let's do it.
We're on.
Right, Greg, you better set one up or are you going to come in? Day one, was really excited, eager to get going. Had a good night's sleep and we got straight into it. Day one was a bliss. Day one was one of those days you look back on and I felt really good from the get-go. Didn't have too many down moments or too many moments where I was in a bit of a shitty spot, except for probably sort of 60 to sort of 65, 70 where I was just feeling a little bit, but other than that I was moving really well, trying to stay ahead of target and had a bit of an idea of every single day of where I wanted to be at each day in terms of time to give myself a more allowance for rest at the end of the day.
Day one was probably the most exciting. Everyone was quite energetic, up and about. Obviously having 2 paces out for the day, for the whole duration of the run, was obviously quite enjoyable as well. Got everyone moving, everyone got their Ks under the belt, and being able to experience that day one with Dill out there running was pretty special. On the flip side of that, when we do have 2 paces out there running, the van is a little bit more crazy. Yeah, you've got double the amount of waters that you need to prep, double the amount of carb powders, double the amount of electrolytes, and prepping all those kinds of things.
Are you going there, Benny?
Yeah, good, well, mate.
So what's he need?
Just get into a nice groove, just making sure that Conway's getting his fluid down. It's pretty tough.
Just 7 Ks now, so you need to...
Doing about 8.
Yeah.
Doing about 8 Ks.
Just try the drinks, make sure they are. They're the right ones, they're the new bottles.
Okay. Just making sure that he's getting the fluid in. It's nice now, but it'll catch up on us if he's not getting it down at the moment. So just first refill for the day, 8 Ks, and we'll keep going.
I'll put...
So day one, the van itself was quite busy. Although a lot of the guys reached their 30 to 40 K mark for day one. So everyone got some good amount of Ks under the belt.
There's the Man Mountain.
Here we go, boys. First changeover. 10 Ks in.
You're close.
Swap over to Kevy boy. He's gonna wear the hat out there. It's gonna bring the energy. We're gonna come in. See you in 20 Ks, brother. Thank you.
Have you got the water bottles?
I got the water bottles, yeah.
And yeah, it was the day one was the excitement. No blisters on day one.
Hi, I'm Kevin. Was on the run with Dill and the boys in Japan, and Ran a support crew. Had a few hats to play on the trip, which was amazing. I've had a little bit of experience with a couple of these events, so yeah, I was always happy to tag along and jump in where necessary. Bit of logistics, bit of planning, and enjoying the experience.
Keep going, or you gonna little break?
We're about to run the way to Fukuyama, obviously about 20 in, first major stop. So we've been running through the valley so far, but the next 20 k's is all uphill. So yeah, and if this sun comes down, it'll get a little bit more difficult, but it's been perfect. Beautiful.
Never ran 50 kilometres in my whole entire life, and now he wants me to do it 8 days in a row. Got it. Getting ready to get on 10 k's with Jimbo and Bill. Going to take some gels for Bill in case he needs them during the run. See how we go first run. So sun's just coming up, heading into the mountains, so it's going to be beautiful. And it's a bit overcast, there might be a little bit of maybe some rain, but maybe not, so we'll see how we go, but excited.
So we got the phone call, Kevy Bonner on the phone, broke the news that our stacked cameraman had actually left one of the cameras behind after the van had taken off.
A little dilemma. I have left my camera back at one of the stops. Can't remember exactly where it is. Roughly about 10k away. So now we're backtracking, hoping to find it again. I don't think anyone would have steal it, but hoping that no one's kind of picked it up and handed it in. That'll be an issue. We know where they've handed it into, so praying it's still there. Coming
out of Hiroshima, obviously a bit of a upsetting day when we couldn't find Craig's camera. We doubled back. You know, we sort of left Dale and Jimbo out there for 20 k's uphill in the middle of the heat. So
Dill obviously asked what's going on, and I sort of really didn't know how to tell him, to be honest, and sort of just said, oh, the van's got to double back. They've left something behind, and he sort of just didn't really say anything for a second and waited a little bit, and he goes, well, what could they have left behind? And then yeah, sort of broke the news to him that it was one of the cameras. We just stuck to the plan. We thought, well, it couldn't take too long. Camera's going to be there. It won't be an issue. So we just sort of made a bit of a plan that we would just use the 7-Elevens as we needed them, realising that the van would not be able to support us with waters and electrolytes and carb powders and all that kind of stuff. So we just sort of planned out the 7-Elevens as we come across them, and used them as our pit stops and kept moving. So
quick update, went back, tried to have a look for the camera, couldn't find it. In the process, we've now lost the boys because we had to backtrack about 10 kilometres while they kept going. And now we're trying to find them, and they are very low on their hydration and fuel and everything. So,
hey boys, Bill's requested a change of clothes, so I'm not sure on your actual location. Maybe hit me back with a voice note. It's just a bit easier rather than reading it. But he's tracking all right, but he's probably chasing that changeover. Thanks, mate. Coming up to you now. So, boys, bit of a stretch. We should be about 5 minutes away. Hopefully, we'll see you soon.
I was stressed about getting back for them, stressed trying to get Craig's camera. We searched every nook and cranny back on the road. I felt really bad for Craig, especially knowing the value of the camera. But we're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place, especially day one. You don't want to, you know, let anyone out there for too long in the heat. So.
Oh, here we are! Woo!
Spirits. I'm so sorry, boys. I'm so fucking sorry, man.
Yeah, while you guys are waiting for us, like, how'd you guys manage your fuel and everything?
Well, we haven't had the van for the last 22 k's because we lost the camera at one of the stops we had. So they were going back. The van was going back to try and find it, and we all kept running. So we just kept filling up on the go and trying to get food and trying to keep hydrated. It's not too bad right now, but when the sun got out, it's pretty warm. So t-shirt on, trying to cover up more now. Some sunscreen on. But even though it's 10 a.m. pretty hot when the sun gets out there. We're 36 right now, I reckon. The sun sharp. But we got the van back. So clean up now for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then we'll get going again.
I'm sorry, I had to do that to you, bro.
First run, meant to be 10 k's. I think we did 22. Nice little stint. Pretty hot. And yeah, a lot harder than I was expecting. Day one.
The first run was great, and then my second run for the day, first experience in the heat, and the first 6k was okay, uphill, lots of laughs and jovial banter. 6 to 8k's I started to overheat, and about 8k's Dill was actually turning back to me saying, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, yep. At about 9k's he turned around and said, "You all right?" And I'm like, I was grunting, and then by 9.5k I was non-verbal when he asked me if I was okay. So when we came into the stop, he actually turned around to the boys and said, "Don't worry about me, sort Kev out because he's struggling." So
it's bloody hot out there. I just told him to get him cool.
Hey boy.
Get that in slow motion for me.
Give me a raw egg, mate. I'll cook it from the inside.
Oh, baby.
So once I sort of sorted that out and cooled down and got back on my feet, I sort of changed tact a little bit, pivoted. But the first day was beautiful, uphill, into the mountains. The terrain was beautiful. The experience was just great. So
Going well. Going really well. Feeling good.
What happened to Craig's camera? Did you find it?
No, I don't know. Don't know.
Hi.
I know. Last time he lost all his clothes, like in Vegas.
Now, did I underestimate the challenge? No, I didn't. When I choose the distance and the climate and the time of year, I'm always looking for the hardest. I'm always looking to make it harder than what it needs to be. Why? I'm not sure, because I want to do something that is so hard, it's going to put me in such a state where it's a fight or flight the whole time. That's what it was. I mean, when you're running around and the humidity is what it was and the temperatures are what it was incredible, and it was hard to imagine that it was going to be any hotter than LA to Vegas, but it was. And the humidity played a huge part in that. And it made me realise that we were going to be in the deep water straight away when we landed. But again, that's what it's all about. That's what I love. That's what I love. I love the thrill of preparing for something, but the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. Like before I went, there was flooding, there was bloody tsunami warnings. There's everything that gets thrown at you. The weather and the climates you can't control. So And I do love running more in the heat than in the cold. The heat is always something I'm going to be searching for. And it's always going to be a determining factor that can obviously throw you sideways if you're not fully prepared for it.
It's very hot out there. It's real hot. Bill's doing well, moving well. Plenty of chit chat, which is good. It's impressive. I think he might be the 70k mark now. Don't quote me on that, but he's moving well, which is good. It's good.
The humidity and conditions on the ground was really hard to explain because it was so hot. It was really ridiculously, and the humidity adding on to that was just making it feel so much hotter. It was funny walking around before and after the event in Tokyo. It was actually hard to actually walk around and be outside because of how hot it was. So that just shows how hard it was to run in it when you can't even stand out there and go shopping in it. But that's what I love. I love having the difficulty being 100 out of 10 and just knowing that it is going to take everything of you, and that the only people that really sort of realise how hard it is are the people that are there and that are with you, supporting you along the way.
Conditions were, it's hard to describe, but the humidity, you sort of, even if you have a shower or you're clean or get dry, the second you get out of the car, you're wet. So our shoes and socks, that was probably the big thing with the feet, with Dill's feet, was that everything was wet. Even if we changed our socks and shoes, everything got wet straight away. So there was no reprieve from that, which we knew, and we planned for, but we couldn't quite get across.
So for the conditions that we were sort of facing, so we'll start with the weather. Like the weather, when you roll out and it's 90% humidity at 9 a.m, you're pretty much going to be instantly sweating just on a brisk walk. So
Starting to feel it now.
85 in, highest elevation, second highest elevation for the 8 days. Legs are feeling it. Haven't trained any elevation really. The lead up, no hills around Queenstown. Feeling it, slowing down, running like 5:30, pretty much the whole time. And then that was like 6. That was getting bad, so feeling it.
that 90% humidity, and then you throw in 33 degrees, 34 degrees, 35 degrees actual sun. Yeah, those conditions get pretty tough, and that's not even considering the terrain in a sense for the inclines and the elevation and how long the incline was. You know, the Dill was using a 7 minutes on, 3 minutes off running pattern, and on those 3 minutes we were walking at a pretty brisk pace. That's when he would get all his hydration in, probably take his gels as well. So those moments, it was yeah, quite surreal when you're battling that humidity throughout the day. It's just the complete conditions of wet shoes, wet socks, yeah, your running gear's wet as well. It was just that was the extremes of the elements out there, and that's obviously just the body, and then you had your elevation and that as well.
5 past, so just under 13 hours total time. So that's a good day. That's a good day at the office. So probably the best 100 I've ever run actually. And went through some tough patches there. Probably 3 I could probably remember was Kevy going up this massive hill. Heat was killing me. I had a tough time with Benny after at about 80, was that 90? 80 to about 90, and then I was chucking up a little bit at the end, but the support crew were unbelievable. We stopped at 100. Today's the second hardest day in terms of elevation hills, so we'll bank the 100, get an early night. 13 hours is a really good time, so we'll get through the combination. We'll book the combination, have a hot shower, see where my feet are, feel some blisters, and we're on again. We have a big dinner too, buffet. Take your shout. PC,
Yeah.
in the day.
Day one, baby.
In the day, baby. Won the day today.
Don't wait.
Do it again tomorrow.
That's it. Good stuff.
day two, obviously after a great day one, you're eager to get sort of back out there, and the body was feeling pretty good, and mine was feeling really good, and you just want to back it up. You just want to go again, and you had a good night rest, and again, you start to realise though when you wake up, geez, I've got to do another 8 days. This is going to be tough, and I guess the realisation of day one, how hard the conditions were on the body in terms of fluids and that, and getting to realise how much water, sodium, electrolytes I was having to get in.
Hard to breathe. Yeah. More water. And you have to focus on your breathing, like almost like relax your
was double the amount of what I would normally have. I was losing so much, and trying to keep my liquids and hydration on point. It's one of those things when you're in those conditions, it's really hard to do and get down food and water in that sort of heat, because there's no way of getting away from the heat until you finish.
Where's the head at today, bro?
Tough slog early. Having some bad indigestion underneath my ribs. Feet a bit sore from blisters, but I think still not too bad. I just feel light, I'm not lying. I get some food every now and that helps.
So again, to day two, yeah, it was a bit of a rough start from the get-go. Again, what's that down to? I'm not sure. It's really hard to. Ultra running is such a waves of emotion. Your body, your mind, everything playing tricks on you pretty much. And yeah, day two from the start just felt shit. Just felt really bad. Especially when you have a great day, day one. It's really hard to comprehend. And yeah, felt really average from the start. Couldn't get into a groove. Felt really flat.
Yeah, so day two, how day one and day two was sort of different in my opinion. Where day one we had 2 paces out for the whole day, which obviously kept the vibes pretty high for Dill, whether he had his earphones in or he's listening to the chit chat of the paces back and forth. And I think in my opinion, it may have been better to have 2 paces out there during day two. Obviously you're facing day two blues. Blisters obviously had set in after day one for Dill, so maybe having those 2 paces could have been a little bit of a distraction from the pain that he was experiencing for his feet. But I think it was a little bit more of a grind on day two, just with the elements. You're really getting into the hurt locker in that sense. And there's something about running with a group of people whilst being in the hurt locker, which is quite satisfying, versus running on your own when you're hurting. And I think just with that third person there to change up the dynamic a little bit, it just takes that little bit off. When we did have a third person pacing on those days, it allowed one of the paces to run off towards the van, whether it was ahead or behind, to get waters, and still one pacer to stay with Dill throughout that section of the run. And it may have only been 500 meters or whatnot, but it definitely just added that little bit of flexibility. Although it has kept the van quite busy, and we may have been a little bit rushed in the van on those days, but I think the dynamic of having the 2 paces out constantly just tended to just change the environment a little bit in more of a positive light rather than a negative. So I think that was probably my biggest learning for having the from day one compared to day two was the paces.
How about 20-minute break this week, Rich?
Yep. So I think we've made the right call here, just to pull up for 20 minutes, have a bit of a rest, rehydrate,
and just see how we're looking after that 20 minutes. Like we're coming up like 9 to 10 a.m. in the morning. That's when it really starts to get warm. So yesterday with a heap of elevation, and we were hitting those peaks of 36 degrees from that 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and even a little bit later in the afternoon. So yeah, it's about managing it early and not letting it get on top of you. Yeah, Dill's lying down in the back of the van, shaking, sweating. It's just it's the body in complete shock. So it's quite an eye-opening thing to see, and you start to get concerned a little bit when you know how much work the bloke's been doing out during the day, and then he lies down in the back of the van and starts shaking and can't get warm, and is not really holding a conversation either. So you definitely start to get your concerns of complete dehydration, and you tend to worry a little bit, but. He's obviously experienced it before, and he's comfortable in those sort of positions. So it was very interesting to see in that point. You wouldn't be doing it if it was easy, would you? Right. Hey? You wouldn't be in another country, right, running from one end to the other. It'd be too easy. You wouldn't do it if it was too easy.
We're 50 k's in. It's not going to get any harder than that 50, I can tell you that right now. It's definitely the hardest 50 I've ever run. But we're moving forward. We're still double that time. We're still going to finish around 14 hours, which is still going to be a good time for what we want to do. So just got to keep doing what we're doing. Have these little breaks in the peak of the heat. Looks like it's getting a bit breezy out of here, which would be good. Because when the sun's coming down, it's like 36, and the sun just makes it even worse. So having some little issues with my feet. Other than that, it's a tough one out there. It's been really, really tough. Really tough.
Anything different that you need to do today than compared to yesterday?
Just wasn't getting the food down or drinks, so I just wasn't getting any fuel early on, and probably just didn't have the right breakfast as well. So a bit of a learning curve, and just it was flat from sort of get go. From sort of 0 to sort of 25 was a real grind. 25 to 50 has been good, much better. Just want to stay like that. So have a Red Bull now, and have some more pain meds, and can't really even get this down, to be honest with you. So this isn't going to help, but just trying to get as much food as I can. I had some sushi at 40, which was good. And I walked for a couple of Ks after that to make sure it settled. Just keep moving forward. I had a 20-minute break in the first 50, so I'm just going to have a 20-minute break to hopefully get out of the sun. Bloody hot later.
What are we at now?
61. We're up to grind. It's a grind. This is tough. This is really tough. This is making me test, that's for sure.
How's this compared to LA to Vegas?
It's just, I don't know, I thought it's way harder, I don't know why. Not sure, maybe community, I'm not sure. But you told me I look too easy in Vegas, and I'm fucking looking too hard. So
I definitely reckon it's harder. I reckon it's like way harder. So much hotter.
we're getting there.
and then sort of hit, what was it, maybe 70 or something like that, and went out for a run with Jimbo, and he sort of pushed the pace a little bit. We didn't really say anything to each other, but we sort of both pushed the pace. I felt really good in the moment to really open that legs up. We were running like too quick. We were running like 4:30s, and it started raining and that sort of stuff. And then I finished that sort of section with him, and I felt really fatigued, like I'd really depleted myself and my legs, and knew when I'd finished and completed that little section that it was a bad idea. And I sort of said to him, "Oh, that's not good." Like,
day 2, baby. Hopefully we'll get Dill through to the 100 as a minimum today. It's been really hot this afternoon. We've got a bit of a downpour of rain the last couple of hours where we were able to maybe run a bit too quick. Partly my doing, I guess. But that's all right. We'll learn from that. Keep trying to motivate him to get him through. Get him over that 100 kilometre mark again. That'll be a good achievement today. Yesterday was hot. Today was fucking hot.
I think from Jimbo's point of view and mine, I've done it before in LA to Vegas when I need a bit of a kick up, is that you want to do it and you feel like you need to do it at that point in time, but then it becomes a detriment of your whole thing. If I had my time again, I probably wouldn't have pushed it. I probably just calmed it down a bit, because you know you've got to go for 8 days. So I end up at like 80 going, or 85 going to my wife. I rang her and said, I'm just going to pull at 85. We had a really big elevation going the end of day 2, and I was just feeling absolutely hammered. My legs, I wasn't feeling sore, or my legs had nothing in it, and just felt it just depleted. Never in that time did I consider, oh shit, what have I got myself into? It's more like, okay, now we've got to regroup and push on to day 3 and get back on the horse and go again. So as we hit day 3, we start again getting that mindset of, okay, well, yesterday wasn't a full day. It's time to get back on it. I'm starting to have some issues already with my feet, which is not normal compared to, say, what I had in LA to Vegas, or even Sydney to Melbourne. I had some blisters, but LA to Vegas really took control of my feet, and I had no sort of issues as such. With this time, I think the humidity and the wetness, and probably wearing the socks for the first time, which again is a stupid mistake that I've learned from, and not washing them beforehand. My feet were really playing and getting really sore, and just like to a point where like it was like a blister, but it was nothing underneath. It was like just sore and in pain. And I remember saying to Dave, something doesn't feel right. It doesn't just feel like a blister, or like I've run through blisters or pain before. It just felt a really dull, this pain constantly in my feet. So that became a bit of an issue already, day 3, which was concerning for me, knowing that I've got a fair bit to go. But I really put in the blinkers on that day 3 and use the word, like, let's push it, let's drive it, let's keep going. So I really drove it early and really tried to push through that.
Dylan, I could see him come with a really positive mindset. He knew he was a little bit behind where he wanted to be at that stage, but was ready to sort of tackle what was ahead of him. Had a really challenging climb to start day 3, and just had a really willingness to push through that those early challenges of that day. And 36 sounds hot. But when it's combined with the humidity, it's just relentless. Losing sweat from the start of the day, and then just when the sun is out, pounding on the back, it was just you could feel it zapping your energy. But Dylan to be out there all day, I physically felt the energy getting zapped from me, and then the heavy legs.
So day 2 was supposed to finish sort of halfway up a mountain, essentially. So that meant that day 3 we started essentially at the bottom of the mountain. And for the first 20 to 25k, it was all uphill, brutally uphill. And then once we got to the top of the hill, that wasn't the end of it. It was then peaks and troughs for the next few k. And we sort of made sure we tried to manage Dill's expectations.
To actually see Dill push through those inclines and that sort of elevation was quite impressive. He didn't really ask too many questions on how much elevation we had ahead of us, but he definitely wanted to know if it's like this for the rest of the day.
Come! Craigie! Come!
What?
We fucking got it!
The camera!
I think they got it!
Fuck off!
Yeah!
Get out! No fucking way! You're fucking bullshit! I do not believe you. Fuck off! Get out!
We may have it.
What do you mean? What? I can't even read that right now. read it to me, big boy.
Hey, good news for you. They received the camera, which must be yours.
No.
But they want to make sure it is yours. So
I'd been in conversation with the motorhome hire company, and they assigned us basically one of the employees who spoke pretty good English. I actually contacted her to help us contact the police stations from where we thought we lost the camera. Yeah, we were very lucky to have that sort of contact in Japan.
Yeah.
Coming towards the end of day 3, it was getting pretty late. All the crew were out running with lights. It was dark. Lights were on for the runners, and I was really focusing on stopping the van like right on 100 k's. I didn't want to go any further, and then probably my own fatigue, which I probably wasn't aware of. I still, you got adrenaline going through your body. Clearly, signs of fatigue sort of setting in after 3 days of solid running and less sleep than what's ideal. And obviously didn't see a overhead gantry and just pulled in off the road. And
I had 50 odd metres to go for me to get a round number on my kilometres, so I ended up leaving the boys, running down the street, and I ticked off the kilometres, stopped my watch and look up, and there's Craigie and Benny, and I'm like, boys, we're here, we're finished, we're just down the road. And the boys were like ashen faced, and like, Kevin, we can't come down there. I'm like, what do you mean? And it's like, we've crashed the van. I'm like, what? And I looked, and the van's fine. And then I look up, and there's a big crack on the top of the van. And I took a moment and went, all right, don't worry about it. Dill's not in a state to even notice it, so we won't mention it to him. Let's just pile him in the van, and we'll get back and we'll deal with it later on.
So end of day 3, Dill hit his 100k mark for that day, so massive effort. On day 3, I was lucky enough to be with Dill in that last 20k's of that 100k's of day 3.
Legend. There's 100.
Boy,
raise the bat. Raise the bat.
Raise your boy. 100.
At the start of day 4, my feet were giving me so much grief. Really, really painful. Like I was stepping on glass. And it was becoming quite a concerning issue for me, because my body and my mind were feeling really good. Yeah, I was going through some ups and downs, as you would when you run that sort of distance and that sort of heat. But overall, I was feeling really good. But my feet were just giving me so much pain. And at every chance that I got, I was having to elevate my feet up to give me some sort of relief from the pressure of like feeling like the blood was just going to that area. And yeah, I sort of crippled to 25k's, and I remember going through my head, oh shit, like geez, I really can't get any sort of work done on my feet, and running wise was just excruciating. And I ended up calling it a 25, which was a huge decision. Huge, because you got to know that the fact that I've travelled all this way, trained for it, and we're here, we're in it, and shit's going to pear-shaped. And I was like, shit. So I end up pulling it at 25 and going to the group. Let's put my feet up, let's ice them, let's get them reset, because I literally can't move on them. They are so painful to walk on, to run. I tried running heaps, we iced them. We were trying everything and I just was getting nowhere. And I was in a really concerning state because mentally I just thought, geez, what's going to happen now?
Well, previously I thought I can't do that. Yeah. I can do that. I've got full range of everything. Full range of everything.
Yeah.
Just my feet, they're just fucking from the arches to the side to the.
It's obviously quite a big call to rest up today.
Yeah.
It is obviously going to change a few things up later on.
Yeah.
And if this is what you're honestly feeling, that we need to reset and recover the feet. It just means tomorrow when we do get going, it's going to be a day.
Yeah.
We'll give you this one.
I think it's not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
It's been 6 hours. So
yeah.
It's 7 hours.
Yeah.
6 hours already. Yeah. 25.
Yeah.
If I get a good night's sleep and really ice the feet and put them in ice for a good period of time, and rest up and then go again tomorrow.
But I think it's a sign of my maturity in terms of these ultra running, is to understand, and I know how far I can push my body and my mind, and where it becomes a detriment of pushing through that day and walking and running and just taking 24 hours to run. I pulled the pin at 25 and said, let's go to Osaka, let's reset, and let's get some recovery in my feet, and hopefully we can get up and go again tomorrow. I was a bit upset to tell the crew because, I mean, they've come all the way as well, and we're going over this one course to run from point to point. And it was frustrating, it was upsetting, I was angry, but I was also, it just shows how far I've come over a long period of time with these things, is I'm able to make those decisions and be comfortable with it and then move on. Day 5, I think the crew were probably really worried. Obviously, after calling at 25 the next day, what happens now? What is the plan B of this? Because yesterday went to shit. We've already had another day where I didn't make 100. What is the plan? And for me, I didn't have a plan. Just rather just get up. I've done my recovery, had a good night's sleep, and let's go again. Let's refresh the mind and go. And I really made a point that I wasn't going to let this break me, and that I had to drive through this first little bit, and my feet were still excruciating pain. Like 100 out of 10, like just crazy, crazy pain. But I decided to keep pushing on. First 20, drive, have a little break, go again. Get to that 50, drive, keep driving, and it ended up being another 100k day, which after a 25k fail the day before, I was super proud, so proud. because my feet were giving me so much pain. It was incredibly, it's hard. It's really hard to put a thing on how much pain I was going through at that time, and how much I was willing to bear to keep moving forward. And when we got to the end of day 100, I remember exactly, I was just so exhausted because of the toll that pain was playing on me, and every single step felt like I was sort of stepping on glass. But we got there and we pushed on, and PBs all round for other runners, and it was an amazing, cracking day of determination, grit, and to show what I was capable of when I just put my head down and just don't give it any thought.
In the sense of his recovery, once he got back over that 40, 50k mark, the feet were right back to where they were 2 days prior. So yeah, it was short-term recovery for that day off, and he was back into the hurt locker around that 50, 60k mark as well. So it definitely got some challenges there with the heat. He was really struggling to hold down any food. Fluids tended to hold mostly, not all the time. But the food, I've never ever seen a man run 100 Ks off one meal a day, and that's not from a lack of trying. It's just that he just really struggled to hold those hold the food down. And with seeing that, like you think to yourself, like how is it even possible to continue to run, you know, the rest of the day when you've vomited, say, the last 3 meals up. So therefore, you've only got the 4th meal, which was breakfast, and that was 9-10 hours ago, which would be well and truly burnt up. So knowing that he's literally running off whatever the body has to offer, which was probably not much at that point in the day and on day 5. So definitely had my doubts there that the run may be finishing up early, considering the day 4 we sort of stopped at the 25k mark, and day 2 was a 85k mark. So I definitely had my doubts about day 5, but it was quite interesting to see the waves of emotion that Dill went through, and I think the crew sort of was along for that ride as well. And I think Dill just on day 5 put his head down and just kept hammering at it. And I bet you he had in his mind that he'd had the day off the day before, even though he still ran 25Ks, but he just kept pushing and keep nailing the pavement. We hit the 100k mark. That was the big goal.
I don't have any doubt when I do things like this, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do it, because I've grown so much from doing things like this, that it's taught me so much that I know that you're setting a new standard for myself. And yeah, day 5 I had no thought at all that I wasn't going to complete and keep moving on forward.
Got it done.
Big man things.
The PBs here too.
all around.
It was let's sit down. That was really tough. It's pretty late. My feet from the get-go were 10 out of 10. Had a bit of a cry at 80 because I was just fucking, that's so painful. First 40 really drilled in, really focused, really wanted to drive it, and then the hills from 40 to 60 just really stuffed me, and I was in a really good time until then, and then really threw me, so it cost us a lot. It cost us probably another good 3 hours compared to what we were on target for. But I'm really proud. Really proud of the crew. Heaps of PBs. Just got to get to bed now, ice my feet, and go again tomorrow. Oh man.
Hey,
want to walk to the accommodation?
2.5 Ks.
You got it in you? You got it in you, brother?
2.5 Ks.
Mate, I'll sleep right here. Day 5 took everything out of me, and it really took it out of me. My feet were so painful, but just everything was just took it out of me. But overall, my legs didn't feel sore. My head was still in a good spot. My legs have a key thing that indicated when you're doing these ultra runs is how do your legs feel? How sore do you feel? I felt great, which just shows sort of the work I'd done previously in the preparation was good. It was good quality training. Just the infection that I could feel in my feet when I know something's not right, it's a different sort of pain. And then I remember trying to just get going on day 6, and I just couldn't. I tried a couple of times, I just could not. It was just so painful. And I said to the boys, let's go get this checked out because there's something really not right here. And then we end up going to finding a hospital to get seen.
No, I don't think they gave me anything. They gave me stuff now. Actually, I know what they had in the IV. They had 2 IVs. I've got all pain meds now, and all the antibiotics and that. So, but yeah, both feet are.
Yeah, sepsis is fucked, man. If it's sepsis, that goes into your blood and shit.
Yeah. Which is why when he opened them up and he saw those white things on both of them, he was like, oh. So he couldn't tell that until he sort of cut it all open and made it like an open wound. And then then just like was, as you can see in the footage, pretty. I was like, what the hell was that? So yeah, it's not the way I wanted this trip to go, but this is a part of it. This is a part of ultra running. This is a part of the journey. This is a part of pushing yourself, and I'm still bloody proud I even got anything because I could have pulled the pin when this started, and I could feel this pressure happening. So be able to push through the pain. I'm pretty proud of that. Pretty stupid, but pretty proud.
But when the decision was kind of taken out of your hands, really.
Yeah. So yeah.
He's lost hair.
Yeah. Huh?
Bit going on there.
Yeah, I do.
Far out. I couldn't watch it.
Nah.
He
goes, the second one he cut open, and he goes, oh, much bigger. Oh, not good. And I'm like, huh?
And then he looks at me and goes, this one. I go, yeah, don't worry, I'll tell him to figure out something. But I think, it's trying not to scare you. Try not to scare you.
It's obviously not how I wanted this trip to go. Obviously. But I reckon probably time to call it down. And I can't run it this way, I can't even stand without the pressure getting too much. So I reckon what we try to do is I had an amazing 4 days running. I'm really proud of, very proud of you guys. I mean, I can get 400 k's out in this heat. It's fucked on these feet. But yesterday, even yesterday, I reckon that last little bit of that vomit that I got was actually from pain. I didn't want actually food. That's just I could feel this every single one, like blast in my feet for the whole day, and just like come out. I reckon just pure like sickness.
Yeah.
So I reckon what we try to do is just finish off this trip in a good way. And try and do is got something organised, put our heads together and organised to get to Tokyo as quickly as possible.
Yep.
Get the van, away. If we have to drop it somewhere close by here. Sort out that, get on board train and whatever needs to be done to get to Tokyo. I'll get some accommodation there. You guys can go to Jerusalem, have some fun, that sort of stuff.
And they sort of said, this is what we need to do. It looks really bad in terms of infection. We need to get you on a drip, get you some meds, get that into the system straight away to clean it out. We need to wash this. And when they started talking about like sepsis and all this other stuff, and then you start getting a little bit like, oh shit, like, okay, I mean, it's not worth losing a leg over this, but like you want to push, I like really push it to the limits. But then also having the understanding, the awareness of like how far you can go with it and how far it is to take you to that point of being proud for what you've done, but also knowing where the limit is of the body. And this time it wasn't the body or mind that got me to stop. It was an infection in both feet that was literally, I don't know how I did the 100K the day before, I'm not sure. I don't know how I did it because the pain I was having in my feet were undescribable, and it's pure grit and determination, which is what I want to be known for my kids and anyone that looks and is motivated by this, is having determination and grit to keep pushing forward in times of when you don't feel like it or that your body is falling apart. It's something I'm extremely proud of.
Proud of you, bro. Proud of you, man.
Thanks, brother.
Snap, brother. Thank you for the 60, nearly 62 Ks yesterday. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. Good job. Massive effort. Massive effort.
I really appreciate everyone. Thank you. Push together. Looks like.
It's a big man in a small cloak.
Looks like he's contemplating his life right now.
Smile on your face makes me know that you need me. Kiss of no, that's the wrong one.
Where's your backup
Say
singers?
your best.
Where's the backup singers?
When you say nothing at all. Give it to me, Kenny.
Want some harmonizing?